Good Tuesday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back, Southwest Arkansas. Weather here on Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025. Taking a look at your evening weather blog. Not a whole lot to talk about in the next few days here. As you can see, currently, starting off with current conditions as of 8 p.m. here across Southwest Arkansas. Clear conditions. We've had mostly sunny to sunny skies throughout the day. Temperatures right now, as of 8 p.m., are in the upper 40s in Magnolia and El Dorado, lower 50s in Arkadelphia, Camden, D Queen, 63 still in Texarkana, and around 60 and 62 in Hot Springs and Mena, and 56 in Mount Ida at this current time. Let's talk about what's in store for tomorrow's weather real quick, starting off with this before we jump into the rest of the forecast. For the most part, we continue with mostly sunny skies as we go forward throughout this upcoming time frame. Things will start to change as we go into tomorrow night. We will start to begin to see just a little bit of an increase in cloud cover tomorrow night. That'll keep overnight lows tomorrow night in the upper 40s, lower 50s across the region. But back this up to tonight, expecting overnight lows to get down into the mid 40s, mid to upper 40s, and lower 50s across the region. Mainly, though, mid to upper 40s. Looks likely we continue that warming trend just a bit as we go into Wednesday. Forecasted highs going to range from the mid to upper 70s once again, with areas like Texarkana and potentially Mount Ida topping out at around 78 degrees. Elsewhere, 77 to 75 degrees looks like a good possibility there across the region. For the most part, sunny skies, but we can't rule out a cloud or two. We do have an incoming system, and we'll talk more about that here in just a few moments. On this, let's talk about the 6 day forecast, what's in store for the rest of this upcoming week. For the most part, we see dry conditions, but we will see an increase in cloud cover as we go from Wednesday into Thursday and Friday, with mostly cloudy skies being a possibility on Friday, then mostly sunny and clearing out to sunny skies again on Sunday and Monday. Taking a look at highs, we continue to slowly warm up towards the lower 80s, maybe a few 80-degree highs on Wednesday. But for the most part, though, mostly in the mid to upper 70s, maybe an isolated lower 80-degree high will be possible. That continues into Thursday. Overnight low is going to be a little warmer there with that extra cloud cover in the upper 50s and lower 60s. And then on Friday, you're seeing mostly cloudy skies, highs in the lower to mid 80s, and overnight lows in the lower 40s. That continues into Saturday with sunny skies, highs around 80 degrees, overnight lows in the mid 40s. We have a cold front coming through after this, a strong cold front, and our coldest temperatures of the time are going to be, or of this time frame, looks to be in store for Sunday night. Highs on Sunday, though, will be sunny and clear with highs in the 60s. Overnight lows in the upper 20s across the region and lower 30s. Wind chills on Monday morning could potentially, we are seeing some maybe data that's trying to point towards some wind chill values in the 20s there Monday morning, with highs in the lower 50s there across the region, and overnight lows in around 30 degrees. So if you haven't experienced a freeze or frost yet, expect it when we come into the end of this upcoming weekend and beginning of next week with that. Let's take a look at some data and show you some more information that's going on behind the scenes with this. Let's first start off with the 800 or the 500 millibar level height here from the national, or from the Pivotal Weather website. This is the GFS model. Remember, your 500 millibar level heights, or your mid upper atmosphere, kind of gives you a general idea on what the overall pattern is like. Not specific details, but the overall pattern. Right now, for the most part, we are under this little bit of this ridge of high pressure. You can kind of see this here by where these winds are pretty much doing a number like so. Let me see if I can pull up one of our tools here and show you this. You can kind of see this with the way these winds go here. You can kind of see that ridge of high pressure centered right over the Gulf Coast region down there in Texas, Louisiana area. And you can see the flow up here of this jet stream up further north. But we are under the ridge of this high pressure. That's why we've been seeing our sunny skies. That's why we've been seeing our clear, warmer conditions, and more lower at the surface. You've had more southwest winds that's helped us warm up as we go throughout the day, and that's going to continue to be the trend through this week. Let's real quickly talk about what's going to happen as we go into this further second half of this week and weekend. You're noticing we continue with that zonal flow, which is pretty much that flow from east to west over us with a jet stream to the north of us. Now, as we go further into this upcoming weekend, you're going to notice just a little bit of a change here, just a slight dip in the pressure bars here, in the millibar, or the pressure bars here, and showing you this. You can kind of see this just slight drop in these bars, and that's going to be just a general idea of what could be a possible trough moving through. That's going to lead to some more northwest flow and bring us some of those cold conditions. As you can see here, this jet streak really moves in over the southwest Arkansas area and Arkansas area as we go into Wednesday, Monday. That's that coolest portion of that air, that northwest flow. You can see that by the way these wind barbs, and when I say wind barbs, I'm talking about these little things right here, the way this is pointed in this general direction. This is I would say, positively or neutrally tilted trough here by Monday that you can see, and that's because of this dip in the jet stream. Your ridges are more like this, and your troughs are like you see down here, a U shape, and your ridges of high pressure, or your ridge is usually your upside down U. So just a good little idea there, showing you what we're meaning when we're talking about that. But that gives you a good little indicator of why we're seeing that colder weather. If we zoom in a little further towards the surface, you're going to notice here, let's take a look at the 700 millibar level area here for this. As we go into this weekend, you're going to notice a little bit better of a picture here of that dip in that jet stream. Here comes more of that flow out of the north on Sunday into Monday. Just a good indicator that, hey, we may have some chances of some cooler weather and stuff of that nature. You can kind of see here a little bit better of a picture on Friday with the beginning of this tilt in the overall flow and pressure gradient bars here, and you can kind of see that trough just a little bit. Not a super, not really a super deep trough, but a good little indicator there that we have some sort of change coming with that. Now, real quickly, let's take a look here at what some future data is showing in terms of rainfall for this upcoming weekend. This starts off at Friday at 3 a.m. For the most part, we're going to remain dry down here in southwest Arkansas. We're not going to see much in terms of rainfall if we do at all. This one model you can see here, most of that rain goes around us with that trough when it starts to get more organized over portions of the southeast. But what we will see is, if we take a look, and let me see if I can pull up, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull up this on here, but we will have to, give me 1 second here, and we will pull up the wind chills for this general time frame for this upcoming Monday to show you what we're talking about with this, as this is a possibility as we go into Monday. You're going to notice through this weekend, temperatures just continue to stay on the warmer side. We continue to warm up. And then as we head towards this weekend, that colder air starts to rush in on Sunday. Look at this, wind chill value Sunday morning, right around 6 a.m., 40 degrees, upper 20s potentially up there in Mena. That just continues to kind of stay around throughout the day. And then as we go into that overnight time frame, look at this. This is 6 a.m. Monday morning, widespread 20s in the wind chills. Department potentially there according to this. We warm up some into the 50s there and then just cool right back down with those wind chills. In terms of dew points, you're going to be able to really pinpoint a little bit better as that front moves in. You can see that drier air comes in right behind that front, some really dry air behind that front on Sunday, or really Saturday night into Sunday there across the region. So that's just a brief overview of what we're looking at. Let's take a look at the European model as well in terms of potential precipitation, and show you that there's not a whole lot in store for this weekend. You're going to see on Friday, European model shows maybe just some very low end chances, if any at all, but for the most part we remain dry there through that, and that ridge of high pressure moves back in behind that cold front and should keep some drier conditions there being a good possibility. And taking a look at wind chills there as well on the European model, shows you a similar picture, maybe not as cold as the GFS, but this only, you also got to realize this goes 6 hours and not those 3 hour increments there like the European model or like the GFS did. But as you can see, Sunday morning has overnight or wind chill values a little warmer, about 10 degrees warmer. And then as we go into Monday, there you go. Monday morning, it's right on track with what the GFS is showing. Actually, a little cooler potentially. So wind chill values, remember, Monday morning could be a little on the cool side. We'll have to keep a close eye on that, and we'll keep you updated with the newest on that. But as always, this is going to bring us to the end of today's evening weather blog. Just a quick overview of what's in store for this upcoming week and more, and talking about the details behind it and giving you a little more information. Trying to break it down just a little better so you can kind of understand why we're seeing what we're seeing and what we're seeing across the region. So keep that in mind. Some cooler conditions will be on the way. If you haven't seen your first freeze or frost yet, expect it as we go into this upcoming weekend. Really Sunday and Monday of this upcoming week. Rain chances, they're pretty much near 0%. We'll watch it for Friday, but I think it's going to stay near zero. Strong cold front comes in Saturday night into Sunday and moves some colder air in for to start off your work week for next week. Till then, we're going to continue that warming trend into the upper 70s, maybe a few lower 80s, and some cloud cover could be possible on Friday. As always, we want to end this off by saying a big thanks to all of our sponsors: Patterson's Credit Union, Southern Dumpster Rental, Landmark Insurance Agency, Palmer's Roofing, and J&S Auto Supply bumper to bumper. Big thanks to all of them. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Make sure to check us out over on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, and TikTok. And thank you guys very much for trusting us right here with your source for all things Southwest Arkansas weather.